Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem. Please be seated. As chair of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I declare our 43rd commencement to be officially opened. I would like to introduce to you Enrique J. Lavernia, Dean of the College, who will welcome you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Graduates, families, friends, faculty and staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 43rd College of Engineering commencement. This year, we will award 646 bachelors. Last night, Graduate Studies awarded 234 masters and 113 doctorates in engineering and computer science. This is an exciting time for you because for the past 4 or maybe 5 years, you have grown, and so has our college. It's my privilege to represent the over 200 faculty, over 3,400 undergraduates, over 1,100 graduate students, and over 200 staff that make up the family we call our college. Our faculty are outstanding researchers and great teachers, and we all take great pride in you. Today is a day of recognition. It's a day of reflection, but it's also a day of celebration. Today, we, the College of Engineering, recognize you, our graduating class of 2005. I don't hear you. For your great achievements. I know it hasn't been easy. I know at times you probably thought about giving up and switching to less demanding majors. But I'd like to quote Albert Schweitzer, who said, "In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for all those people who rekindle the inner spirit." And so what I'd like to ask you is to stand up and thank your family, your friends, your significant others, your spouses, as they made it possible for you to be here. Please. Thank you. Now, As faculty, we have worked hard to teach you all the formulas, theorems, all of the ideas that will allow you to be successful in your professional career. You have demonstrated that you can use this information, and that's why you're here. But I must also warn you that the challenge that lies ahead is probably a more difficult one. Albert Einstein said, the significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were when we created them. And so today is also a day of reflection. UC Davis is a special place because we educate not only great engineers, but also people who care about their environment. Our faculty are truly special, not just because they're great scholars, but also because we demand, and indeed they are, great teachers. They provide you with the framework of not only analytical tools, but also the view of environmental responsibility that you will need to take care of our future. We've also worked very hard to teach you to ask the right questions and to know when you are getting the wrong answers. Because after all, in 1899, Charles Duell, the commissioner of the US Patent Office, stated, and I quote, "Everything that has invented has already been invented." Clearly, he was not an engineer. Our engineering graduates have enjoyed enormous success. They're heads of major corporations, astronauts, even presidents of universities, as we'll see. They're doctors, they're social activists, and they engage in work that lights their inner fire, work that's significant not just for them, but also for society. We've provided you with a very rigid structure, but we've also taught you how to think. And I assure you that you will spend the rest of your lives thinking and learning. So as you reflect on your next 10 or 20 years, I want you to think today as the first day of the rest of your lives. Today is also a day of celebration. And we celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but also your commitment to learning. You're going to have to continue to learn. I predict that our next great age will be the age of wisdom. I also will tell you that you need to be prepared to face with some rather unusual challenges. And I really like this quote by Mario Andretti, the race car driver, who said, "If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough." I also recall very vividly something my late PhD advisor said, who in fact died at the age of 90 just 2 years ago. He said, "Enrique, faculty complain about the quality of students today. I gotta tell you, they were better than we ever were. We just forget." And I know that's true. So as you commence to the next stage in your life, as a working engineer, as a grad student, as a daughter, a son, a parent, or as a partner, keep learning. And so in closing, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because although sometimes we don't realize it, in teaching you, we also learn. And so best of luck, and thank you. You've made a difference in our college. There are some persons who are special participants in our celebration tonight, and we have asked them to be seated on stage so that I can introduce them to you. Would the stage party please stand so that I can call their names, and remain standing after their names are called, and would the audience please withhold applause until everyone has been recognized. First, I would like to recognize Professor Matthew Ferens of the Department of Computer Science. Professor Ferens has served this year as chair of the faculty and is faculty marshal for this event. William Chancellor, Professor Emeritus in the Department of Biological and Agricultural Engineering, was inducted this year into the National Academy of Engineering, one of the highest professional honors accorded to an engineer. In fact, we are proud he is the 10th member of our college to be named to a National Academy. Professor Alan Jackman in the Department of Chemical Engineering and Material Science is this year's winner of the Alumni Teaching Award. The next group of faculty on stage are those who serve as administrators with me in the College of Engineering Dean's Office. And I assure you, our college works because of them. If things work, it's to their credit. If they don't, it's probably my fault. Bruce White, Associate Dean of Academic Personnel and Planning. Karen McDonald, Professor of Chemical Engineering and Material Science and Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies. Gary Ford, Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering and Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, who is also an alum of the college and is representing the California Aggie Engineering Alumni Association. And my good friend and predecessor, Zuhair Munir, Dean Emeritus and Professor of Chemical Engineering and Material Science. Lest you think we honor none but faculty, we also have in the stage party a group of remarkable students and former students. Indira Samarasekera, our distinguished alumni of 2005. We have with us as well 2 members of the graduating class, Rita Sabuni, our student speaker, and Mary Neal, this year's recipient of the Mohammed S. Gausi Award. Will the members of the stage party please be seated? The last member of the stage party I would like to present is our Chancellor, Larry Vanderhoof, who will now address us.
Thank you very much, Dean Lavernia, and good afternoon to all of you. Let me begin by congratulating the stars of the show today, our graduates. This really is going to be all about you, and appropriately so. We intend first and foremost to honor your success, but I want to follow up just a little bit on Dean Lavernia's recognition of the friends and family in the audience. There is no doubt, and all of us know this, there's no doubt that rough patches inevitably occur during any university student career, and I speak from personal experience here as a former undergraduate at the University of Wisconsin who early on skirted the bounds of academic probation. Actually skirted the bounds, doesn't quite catch the reality. I was into it full time for a year and a half or so. Those kinds of tough times require friends and family, people in whom you can confide about difficult classes, about events in your personal life that are coming at the worst possible time, about almost incomprehensible writing by authors you know you must understand, and the list goes on. There's no doubt about it. Friends and family are essential during the course of college study. So you who are guests today, let me repeat Dean Lavernia's point, and that is, please know how important you are. You truly do own a piece of these degrees that we'll be granting today. Graduates, you must be feeling a sense of relief and accomplishment as you wrap up your studies and prepare to take the next step in your life's adventure. I suspect as well that you might be feeling just a little bit of anxiety, not unlike the anxiety that you might have felt when you first showed up on the Davis campus, at that time a place unknown to you, but a place that eventually became home. What you've learned these past few years will undoubtedly serve you well as you look out at what truly is the widest horizon of possibility. That horizon, however, may seem fuzzy, it may seem unfocused simply by virtue of its vastness. I don't want you to be daunted by that. Don't feel that a choice made today is binding and forever. Exploring possibilities, walking new paths, discovering the unexpected, that's your life's journey. You're not expected to be able to draw that map today, only to be receptive when your internal global positioning system occasionally nudges you in a new direction, and a direction perhaps that you didn't at all anticipate heading. Taking those side trips and taking your time are essential parts of the journey. In the words of world-renowned soprano Beverly Sills, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. As I considered what I might additionally say, I was recalling one of those surveys that occurs regularly in our local newspaper here in Davis, the Davis Enterprise. And the question in this particular case was, What should graduates be thinking about doing as now they walk out into the next chapter in their lives? And the words of wisdom included in this order were included in this order. Follow your dreams, that was number 1. Then find a job you love, make learning a lifelong project, save from every paycheck, see the world while you're young, and lastly, earn a lot of money. But that was only 6.7% who advised that. Again, these are people that had graduated a long time ago. That compares, again, the lowest of all of the choices that I just mentioned. And a New York Times article earlier this month really addressed this in a particular way. He called that kind of advice warm and gooey advice. Its author, Daniel Pink, noted that, and I quote, "On every day except graduation day, young people are taught that their futures depend not on following their bliss, but on mastering dutiful and less lovable abilities like crunching numbers and following rules." But the author says this year is different. This again appeared about a month ago. This year, he says, is different, and again I quote, "The students graduating this spring, all of you, operate in a labor market that increasingly confers an economic advantage on the activities that people do out of a sense of intrinsic satisfaction, designing cool things, telling stories, helping others. For the class of 2005, do what you love is no longer a soft-hearted sentiment, it is also a hard-headed strategy," end quote. So what's different this year? Well, Pink sees a combination of things, the force of automation, jobs going overseas, and a prosperity that demands customized, intriguing, even beautiful products, services, experiences. While what he calls eat your spinach skills are still necessary, the abilities that matter more, he says, are turning out to be the abilities that are also fundamental sources of human gratification. So you couldn't be graduating at a better time. As we celebrate your accomplishment today and toast your bright futures, what I most wish for you is continued adventure of mind and spirit, the warmth and wisdom of an open heart, and the satisfaction of true success, a success that is neither lucky nor smart, but something simpler and more natural, a success that is marked by your eagerly beginning each day because you'll get to do something you believe in. Those are the things that will be good, and those are the things that you will love to do. That's the destiny you've prepared for, and I know you'll secure. And so today, know how very, very proud all of us are of you. Please, by all means, come back and visit. You're now family, and you'll always be welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor Vanderhoof. I now have the pleasure of presenting the MS Gauzy Medal, the highest academic honor the college can bestow. In addition to the medal, which is presented on a plaque engraved with the university seal and the winner's name, the MS Gauzy medalist receives a certificate and a cash prize. This award is made possible through the generous donations of alumni and friends. As this prize is awarded, we are reminded of Dean Gauzy and his many and outstanding contributions to our college. Mary Neal is this year's recipient of the MS Gauzy Medal, awarded annually by the College of Engineering to an outstanding student. Mary, please join me. I'd like to say a few words about Ms. Neal. Ms. Neal has established an exemplary record of academic success at UC Davis that's almost unbelievable. Not only has she achieved a grade point average of 4.0, but during her time here, she has received 33 A+. Yes, I said 33. Ms. Neal has said that one of the most important things to know about her is that she never went to high school. Instead, after 8th grade, she studied at home, designing her own curriculum with the ultimate goal of learning as much about herself and the world as possible. Ms. Neal's love of math and science led her to our college, where she declared a major in mechanical engineering. But her interests go way beyond engineering and include politics, history, religion, and philosophy. A love of geography led her to spend last summer in New Zealand through our Education Abroad program, where she studied environmental engineering and Maori culture at the University of Canterbury at Christ Church. Not surprisingly, she earned all A's. Ms. Neal plans to work in industry for several years before pursuing graduate studies and hopes to one day start her own company, so that, as she has put it, solve the problems I find most challenging and suited to my talents. Well, I am sure that our future is in good hands if she works on it. Mary, I am pleased and honored to present you the M.S. Gauzy Medal, and my congratulations. The college has established a teaching award based on alumni opinion, acting on the premise that alumni view the value of their coursework and the value of the teaching they received from a perspective that is different from the enrolled students. The college asks alumni on its annual survey forms to select the best teacher they had at UC Davis. This past year, 10 classes were surveyed, and the teacher who received the most votes was Professor Alan Jackman from the Department of Chemical Engineering and Materials Science. Professor Jackman, will you come forward, please? It probably surprises none of the chemical engineering graduates here today that Alan Jackman is this year's recipient of the Alumni Distinguished Engineering Teaching Award. After all, he has already received the Tau Beta Pi Outstanding Teacher in the College of Engineering, 2 AICHE Outstanding Teacher Awards, and also an AICHE Outstanding Advisor Award. So, one more award proves that, in fact, Alan's reputation and excellence for teaching has stood the test of time. Professor Jackman is known almost as much for his university service as for his teaching. He has demonstrated magnificent leadership on multiple committees, and I'm not going to list the acronyms because I probably don't know what they mean. He's also regarded internationally for his research in environmental and biochemical engineering, and is considered a leading authority on the saturated area beneath streams, research that has important implications for the management of environmental contaminants. But today, we honor his contributions as a teacher. Since he joined the UC Davis faculty in 1970, Professor Jackman has shown exceptional dedication to undergraduate education through curricular development, mentoring, and advising. His caring instruction, especially in the department's rigorous and time-consuming lab classes, has won him many accolades and deep appreciation from many generations of students. As the President's Chair in Undergraduate Education, Professor Jackman led the effort to establish freshman seminars, help interested faculty revise existing courses to include gender and ethnicity issues, and substantially improve general education for all students on campus. This afternoon, I'm very pleased to present Professor Jackman the 2004-2005 Alumni Distinguished Teaching Award. Professor Jackman. Dr. Samara Sekera, will you step forward, please? I am very happy to present to the faculty, our about-to-be alumni, and to our guests, the winner of the Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award, Indira Samara Sekera. We are very proud of our alumni, proud of their distinction and their loyalty to our college. Therefore, we instituted this Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award to be presented to a graduate with more than 15 years of professional experience. Dr. Samara Sekera, who received her master's degree in material science from the College of Engineering in 1976, is certainly one of the college's most accomplished and illustrious alumni. On July 1, she will become the 12th president and the first female president of the University of Alberta, one of Canada's foremost research universities and home to over 35,000 students in more than 200 undergraduate and 170 graduate programs. After earning her undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering at the University of Ceylon, Dr. Samara Sekera came to UC Davis as a Hayes Fulbright Scholar at the invitation of Professor Zuhair Munir. Originally intending to complete her PhD at Davis, personal reasons took Dr. Samara Sekera to the University of British Columbia, where she pursued a PhD in metallurgical engineering, joined the faculty, and for the past 5 years has served as the university's vice president for research. Under her galvanizing leadership, the university has seen funding for research increase by 250% and interdisciplinary research initiatives multiply. A tireless advocate for research across all fields, Dr. Samara Sekera has facilitated major research projects in the humanities, social, natural, applied, and health sciences. She has been a vocal proponent and supporter of undergraduate research and has helped guide the recruitment of over 400 new professors. Dr. Samara Sekera's achievements and honors are too many and too numerous to list here, but I'll give you a few. In 2002, she received the Order of Canada for her profound impact on the academic and industrial spheres. In the same year, she received the Golden Jubilee Medal for significant contributions to Canada. She is a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada, a Fellow of the Canadian Academy of Engineering, and a Fellow of the Canadian Institute of Mining, Metallurgy, and Petroleum. Additional honors include the British Columbia Science Council New Frontiers in Research Award, the UBC Killam Research Prize, and 10 Best Paper Awards with co-workers. As a professor in UBC's Department of Materials Engineering, Dr. Samara Sekera served as the director for the Center of Metallurgical Process Engineering, and she was the first incumbent of the prestigious Dofasco Chair in Advanced Steel Processing. A renowned engineer, Dr. Samara Sekera has consulted extensively for industry and participated in 60 short courses on steel processing at many companies. She currently serves on the boards of Discovery Parks, Inc., Genome BC, the Michael Smith Foundation for Health Research, the Provincial Health Services Authority, the Canadian Microelectronics Corporation, and the Stem Cell Network, and the Canadian Genetics Disease Network. She's a member of Industry Canada's University Advisory Group and the Sustainable Development Technology Fund. Dr. Samara Sekera is also on presidential advisory committees at MIT and Carnegie Mellon. Well, you can see why we elected Dr. Samara Sekera. Dr. Samara Sekera, I am very pleased to present to you the 2005 Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award. Dean Ford, will you, on behalf of the Engineering Alumni Association, assist with the presentation of this award?
Thank you, Dean Lavernia. When my daughter was asked at school, what work does your mother do? She said, my mother, she doesn't work, she just talks. So with your indulgence, I'll just say a few words. Chancellor Vanderhoff, Dean Lavernia, faculty, students, staff, and honored guests, it's a great pleasure to be here today. I return here 30 years to the day that I became a master's student here. I express my sincere appreciation to my former supervisor, Dean Emeritus Zuhair Munir, for his intellectual guidance in the formative stages of my career and for nominating me for this distinction. I have reflected back on those early days at the University of California, Davis, when I was a graduate student, and I have distilled what I received here into a few timeless gifts. The first one is cultural. I watched a lot of TV. Where I came from, there was no television, and so I spent 2 years watching a lot of TV. Unfortunately, my supervisor was not aware. But it was an exposure to the cultural creativity of this country. But the intellectual gifts are even more important today, and these are gifts of expanded creativity, exceptional critical thinking, and heightened curiosity. I ask all of you, graduates, leaving this fine institution, to reflect on the gifts you have received. And I ask you to ask yourselves how you will convert these gifts to benefit our global society. We live in a creative age, in an age of ingenuity, and in an age of unparalleled innovation. We also live in an age of enormous global challenges, which have knitted us together as one family on Earth. The Copenhagen Consensus of 2004 identified 10 grand challenges: climate change, communicable diseases, conflicts, access to education, migration, clean water, and so on. Tackling these 10 grand challenges offer the greatest promise of advancing the quality of life for the global community. Your education, which hopefully has expanded your creativity, enhanced your critical thinking skills, and heightened your curiosity, will allow you to tackle these and other grand challenges. I know you have what it takes to make a signal contribution to California, to the United States, and to the world. My generation will watch with hope and with pride as your generation transforms our planet into a place your children and my grandchildren will inhabit with joy. My very best wishes to all of you, and congratulations on graduating from the University of California, Davis. And thank you very much.
So, another pleasant moment in this ceremony is the introduction of the student speaker. The student speaker for the College of Engineering commencement ceremony is chosen by a committee of students and faculty, and their choice this year is Rita Sabuni, a student in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, and the title this afternoon for his talk is "We Are Engineers." Ladies and gentlemen, Rita Sabuni.
Thank you, Dean Lavernia. Fellow graduates, cherished family, invaluable faculty, ever-helpful staff, devoted friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here to celebrate and honor the 2005 graduates of the UC Davis College of Engineering. All of you gathered here on this momentous occasion have been instrumental in our progression and development from the anxious and fretful freshmen of 4 and sometimes 5 years ago to the wise and sensible sages that we are now. Well, that's the hope at least. And for this invaluable help, we owe our gratitude and sincere thanks. In particular, I think each of us graduating today has a special person or persons who have been especially important in motivating us, inspiring us, and always encouraging us to reach this milestone in our lives. Whether this person is up in the audience with you tonight, sitting in a chair nearby you, only with you in your heart, find them, and please give a special thanks. Who knows where we would be without their help and guidance. And I want to encourage each of the graduates here today to return the favor and be that inspiration, be that motivation for someone else, whether for a family member, a younger friend, or better yet, for somebody you will in all likelihood never meet again. Inspire somebody to be an engineer, to set and surpass goals once believed to be insurmountable. Motivated and quality engineers are always in demand. And from now on, we need to do our part through our actions and words and helping to mold the next generation of engineers. To my fellow graduates, we are engineers, and our education experience and degree gives us a high level of distinction and responsibility now. Whatever particular engineering major you may be, we are all trained in the fine science of problem solving, and let us strive to use this gift in our daily lives. Because if we can successfully fabricate working MOS transistors on silicon wafers, if we could design and engineer everything from novel proteins and peptides to innovative bridges and buildings, then we should have no troubles tackling the problems plaguing our society today. So let us apply our engineering and problem-solving skills, not only in our workplace to solve technical problems, but also in our everyday lives to solve personal, social, and societal ills. A person may never know what he or she can achieve until he or she goes out and tries. So seek out leadership and challenge yourselves to solve tough problems. The world will be eternally grateful. We are engineers, and we are graduates of UC Davis. Wherever we may go, and whatever we may do in our lives, let us always be proud of these two honors. Thank you.
Now, on behalf of the Cal Aggie Engineering Alumni Association, Gary Ford will now formally welcome the class of 2005, the newest members of the Engineering Alumni Association. Dean Ford.
Excuse me for just a moment while I change hats. I have to put on my UC Davis alumni hat here to give this presentation. As Dean Lavernia mentioned, I am an alum of the College of Engineering, in addition to being a faculty member. I received my degree in the mid-60s, back in the era that I call the slide rule era of engineering. In just a few minutes, the Chancellor will confer your Bachelor of Science degrees in engineering. But I'm stepping ahead of him just a bit because I want to be the first to congratulate you on receiving your degrees. Also, I'm here to welcome you to the next phase of your UC Davis academic career as the newest members of the Cal Aggie Engineering Alumni Association. Now, while you may think that you are leaving UC Davis as you graduate this afternoon, this is not the case. You may leave the campus, but you will be associated forever with UC Davis. I urge you to remain connected with the campus. You can assist future students by returning to the campus to describe your postgraduate experiences. And who knows? You may be like me and come back to stay. Now, alumni associations are known to ask you to contribute your support to the campus. When you are able, I encourage you to contribute to the future of the College of Engineering. However, I won't have my hand out as you cross the stage this afternoon. Rather, I will be providing you with a gift of a UC Davis alumni pin. Please wear this pin proudly. You may be surprised as you travel the world by the many people who will comment on your association with UC Davis. So once again, congratulations and welcome to the Cal Aggie Engineering Alumni Association.
We all came for. We will now confer the Bachelor of Science degrees. As a service to the families, the college has arranged for a professional photographer to photograph students receiving their scrolls. You may take photographs from your seat, but we ask that you please refrain from coming down to the floor. We appreciate your cooperation. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering please rise? I present this group of candidates to you, Chancellor Vanderhoof, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Engineering.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I hereby confer upon each and every one of you the degree Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Congratulations to all of you.
Will all of the graduates upon whom the degree has just been conferred please come to the stage, one row at a time, as directed by the hostesses. Those not in the first row may be seated.
Amanda Blum. Howard Win Fong. Michael Andrew Shelley. William David Manigold. Stanley Wong. Yi Lin William Young. Christopher James Wong. Kyle Anthony Payton. Jason Lee. Christopher James McKenzie. Edward Lau. David Tourget. Michael Leslie Price, Jr. David Nathaniel Wolf. Kailesh R. Ramaya. Gregory Paul McNerney. Dustin James Polizzi. Douglas J. Durbin. Stephanie Krajewski. Adrian Victoria Osborne. Christopher Don Coyne. Chin Ming Shu. Chin Sharon Shen. Christopher Cheng Yu Chang. Chen Hao Ma. Jeff Sherrick. Zacharias Jinsu Lee. Hernit Singh. Michael Miai Maga. Sharon Jo Dillon. Andrea Kathleen Jordan. Paula K. Smith. Niall Frederick Hildebrand. Adam Clinton Baker. Cameron Celia Osterheim Smith. Michelle Alana Muha. Jonathan Musika McGuire. Matthew Ryan Chisholm. Amber Nicole Zertucci. Leila Fadavi. Asia Lenore Yi. Kenneth Bloom. Christopher David Rude. Stanley Law. Mohammed Taysir Mahmood. Abdullah Tarek Murad. Michael Devon Escalante. Raymond Keen Chan. James H. Park. Michael Sho Ogawa. Steve Lee. J. Kai Shu. J. Boom Park. Lynn Lee. James Lee. Matthew Christopher Katsouras. Jared Kunyo Okui. Evan Michael Prast. Christina Ann Wing. Amanda Kristen Foster. Derek Ju. Warren Wang. Christine Lee. Henry Fu Liu. Albert Chung Kwok Lee. Hanlong Wang.
Joshua Timothy Go. Baljit Singh. Rongbo Huang. Tin Trong Nguyen. Nupur Jain. Megan Patrice Rummery. Antonio Mendez Buelna. Alexander Hui Nguyen. Elena Kathleen Lovato. Roy Godsinger. Katie Mae Sheldon. Jennifer Lynn Horn. Alexander Arthur Lubinsky. Kyle Richard Horn. I Fong Lei. Trung Pham. Thomas Matthew Suhu. Philip Shaw Chuang. Michael Victorio Milano. Harrison. Christopher William Chua. Patrick James Pascual. Nicolas Manuel Perez. Randall Ortiz. Jared Fraser Yish. Jennifer Lynn Ploss. Matthew Yunchi Tam. Hokto Aihara. Heather Marie Scheibe. Melissa Christenberry Lott. Christopher William Simmons. Chao Wei Yu. William Kainithi Mayuro. Danny Sok Nu. Ali Jazayeri. Ravi Shah. Joshua Aaron Zeiser. Jason Cheung. Matthew David Becker. Jeffrey Mark Calvis. Brandon Dale Mills. Arjun Singh. Charles William Floyd. Brendan John Geiger. John Sang. Kelvin Lee. Jasmine Ray Roberts. Andy Shea.
James Kwok Ban. David Lau. Amit Chiman Patel. Huma Fatima Arresto. Long Tan Nguyen. Nirav G. Parikh. Chunman Ho. Biggie Yinki Louie. Chiho Yu. Alan H. Mack. Felix Mack. Michael Liu. Daniel Paul Chan. Christopher Martin Willits. Remy Rehal. Diane Catherine Chico Reyes.
Michael K. Borisavong. Taryn Vang Se Pan. Farhan Hussein. Kevin Don. Crystal Lynn E. Brown. Anna Jayu Shen. Ruth Adviento Kayab. Fumiko Nokata. Jennifer Sween. Ricky V. Jong. Nadia Banks.
Vera Zuvataeva. Scott William Sukora. Megan Elizabeth Spillane. Heidi L. Nakal. Adam Mark Shaw. Timothy Joseph Kahn. Brian Lindsay Swenson. Andrew Yokwa Chang. Matthew Dale Puskas. Daniel Jonathan Sweet. Mark Philip Pastrana San Pablo. Michael J. Price.
Lenny Setiati. Camille Marie Valenti. Mankey C.
Abhishek Kakani. Fareed Mohammed.
Kaushal K. Parikh. Anthony Robert Dela Cruz. Nicholas